Hello and welcome back to TF1C, the Formula 1 chat. Today we're here to talk about the Formula 2 round of the Dutch Grand Prix.
It was done.
I was going to say, by Formula 2 standards, not a great race, but we are it's not what round of the champion. No, sorry, not the penultimate, is it?
The sprint race
two to go.
lacked action, but the feature race had a lot of it.
Similar to Formula 3, as we spoke about earlier. That video went out earlier, so go check that out after this one if you want. But yeah, there's nothing really in the sprint race, and then the feature, until Liam Lawson decided to kill everyone, we didn't have anything happen.
Point out, they showed it. He didn't actually change his speed.
No, but what was he doing?
But it was the drivers behind him that accelerated.
You know what grid you're in. There's a load of muppets. Just take the safety car race. We'll get onto that later. Should we start with qualifying?
Yeah. It was bog standard. I guess he took the pole. It was Felipe Drugovich because he needs more points.
Yeah, that was another 3 for his tail, wasn't it?
Drugovich took pole with Jack Doohan taking P2.
Can I just say, Jack Doohan should be third in the championship now, fighting for second.
Carrying on for his great form. Logan Sargent, when I saw this lap go into P3, I thought, he had a bad Spa, he had a bad Hungary, he had a bad run of form. I thought, he's going to turn this around. He didn't. We'll get into that later.
I can't wait for that one.
Richard Verschoor took P4, Ayumu Wasa P5. Liam Lawson, who's on a bit of an upwards turn, he's at P6.
I mean, he's now 5th in the championship and 2 points behind Doohan after he took him out.
He didn't. No, you cannot say that.
Disgrace, mate. Go on, continue on.
Lawson P6, Hausja P7, you Vips took P8, and then your sprint race front row was Novalak on pole and Marcus Armstrong in second.
And of course, onto that sprint race. Turn 1, as we've seen so frequently this weekend, the pole sitter pipped on the line.
Yes.
Well, into the first corner, Marcus Armstrong led and then led the whole race. Had to do some safety car restarts. I think 2 in the end.
Yeah.
1 or 2, can't remember.
There's
but
a lot of chaos.
Yeah, he managed to just about
and obviously
hold on to that lead.
Teo Pourchaire last.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Binned it in qualifying.
Oh, yeah, you've been doing.
Difficult race, and then of course, in the sprint race, crashed again. Not a great weekend for Porsche. He's pretty much thrown away any dying hope at the championship now. But the fact is, Formula 2 does help him a little bit because you do have the sprint races. But if this was Formula 1, the championship would be sewn up. There wouldn't be enough points to be able to swing it around. I don't think it's possible now.
No, it would be mentally does.
But yeah, where Drugovich was in the sprint again?
Drugovich came 10th.
So quite another point then.
As you said, Marcus Armstrong pipping Clement Novalak at turn 1. It stayed that way. So it was Armstrong taking his 3rd Formula 2 win this season. Clement Novalak getting himself another podium. And same for Dennis Hausja in P3. Liam Lawson took P4, Vips P5, Awasa P6. So a lot of Red Bull. Well, Vips is it now, not Red Bull, but there was a lot of Red Bull there. Verschoor took P7 with Sargent in P8. Once again, he scores a point. You think, he's turned his weight, he's going to turn his form around. And then Doohan P... Oh, no, Drugovich didn't get a point, did he? And then Doohan P9, Drugovich P10.
And that is the sprint race at Zandvoort says a point for Drugovich and nothing for Doohan. Was Doohan potentially penalised there?
Yeah, but Drugovich then Sargent would also be penalised. So I don't know what that's on about then.
Yeah, the standings just haven't awarded Doohan any points. They hate him.
Well, no, because it's only top 8, isn't it? So Drugovich shouldn't have
one. Okay. Well, Drugovich got one. Was it a fastest lap of Saturn?
I don't know, but Sargent didn't give him one. So
yes.
So give Drugovich an extra point because he needs them.
And he does, to be fair.
Into the feature race then. Sargent didn't fancy doing any more racing.
Turn 1. Locks up, goes off into the gravel, doesn't quite reach the wall, manages to use the escape road, rejoins at the back, then obviously through the carousel, up the hill, chasing Ralph Boschung, misses his braking point, clips the rear of Ralph Boschung, wing goes under the tyres, can't stop him going straight into the barrier, luckily hops out of the car just fine, barrier required repairs and we saw a red flag though. Yeah. It was a poor mistake from a rookie.
I feel really sorry for Sargent because it was all going so similarly. You thought this rookie's got a chance to win the title here after Austria, after Britain, but then you look at
I don't think he was ever going to win the title. I don't think he was good enough this year.
Give him the podium in France. He should have got points in Hungary. Shouldn't have binned it in Spa. Shouldn't have binned it in Netherlands.
Yeah, that's not him being unlucky. Then he's binned it twice.
No, but I'm saying he had the potential to. But I think if he's more on form, I think if he gets France offset everything for him. As soon as he lost that podium.
I don't think so. I think he got lucky podiums in the middle.
I think
but he did well to win them,
he'd
didn't
be
he?
further up than he would be.
But Logan Sargent, one in Silverstone, one in Spielberg, took P2 in Baku. Other than that, this season, he's not really done anything. He just took a few little points here and there.
That's what you've got to do in Formula 2. Better than what Porsche's
But he's not been anywhere near the consistency of Drugovich, and Porsche's barely finished a race. That ART blows up every 9 minutes.
Yeah, but he's also...
It is. I do feel the Formula 2 Championship this season has been too much about luck and not enough about driver skill, because there's been when has Drugovich got unlucky this season?
He hasn't.
Whereas Porsche, seemingly every round, and I know this round's his fault, and I'm not saying it's not, but you look at the rounds such as, even last time out in Spa, Porsche could not compete because his car blew up on lap 1.
Even this weekend,
the feature.
Anyone could have gone into the back of Drugovich, but no, they went into the back of Doohan and Novalak and for sure. Yeah. There's so many drivers around.
Well, Tatiana Calderon, when she rear-ended Doohan, could have rear-ended.
That's actually for sure.
Was it?
Because Calderon rear-ended for sure.
Okay, right.
For sure went to Doohan. But yeah, it was. But no one hit Drugovich. That's what I was saying.
Should we talk about that feature?
Yeah, Drugovich did take the win. Yeah. From Vachor, who had a crumpled.
Well, I think we need to go a little bit further back to the safety car restart where Liam Lawson's just sat there. Decides he's not going to go like everyone else at the penultimate corner.
He's going to wait.
He's just going to cause a massive pile up for a
drivers behind him accelerate.
Yes, because they're expecting him to go.
Well, yeah, but no, that's their own. They shouldn't be going. That's rookie error from them.
He should have. I think it's there's nothing in the rules to say he couldn't do what he done, but it was just a bit scummy. If you think back to...
I would understand.
Mugello.
I would understand. Yeah, but Bottas changed it. That's what I'm saying. Bottas changed his speed.
Yeah, but
Lawson didn't. It was the drivers behind Lawson that accelerated and then slowed down. Because they thought they would
the second time he took the restart, he did just fine. I
think he was probably told by Carl.
I don't know why he didn't just do it the normal way. Cost doing 18 points, which is probably going to help out.
Calderon was out.
Well, it's going to help Lawson's teammate, so that's interesting, isn't it? Logan Sargent into potentially taking Rookie of the Year in third place.
You those Merc fans maybe Sonoda conspiracies.
Maybe we need to get a conspiracy theory going there. No. Jack Doohan robbed.
But Drugovich took the win. Vachor and Iwasa on the podium. Home podium for Vachor. Good weekend for him. Yeah. Hauser took a P3 in the sprint, took P4 on the feature. Fittipaldi's back up there in P5. Cordeal took P6. Says it all really.
Yeah.
Vips P7. Ollie Caldwell in P8. Yeah, he's getting worse.
How did this? I didn't notice all this. I was too angry at
Porsche P9.
Muppet. Yeah, did you not see final lap? Teo Porsche against Jan de Ruvla. He goes round the outside at the... I can't really describe the... I don't know what the corner numbers. It's the long hairpin before you go into that little tight end of the lap.
We should also probably mention that Roy Nissany won't be there in Monza.
No, he has been further penalised and he will not be competing in the penultimate round.
It's mad.
But I think it's a disgrace to Formula 2. There's so many drivers this year that have not been at the level.
Caldwell and Nissany have all been disqualified.
They've all missed rounds due to too many penalties. I think there's been too many drivers this year that have not been good enough. You look at the bottom of the championship, right? Callum Williams, he's never really done anything.
And also, I am all obviously. I feel
Cordeal,
bad
Caldwell.
For people like Jamie Chadwick, for female drivers like Chadwick and Pulling and that, who can't get a seat in Formula 3, but Calderon can because she's got money.
And not only that, but it gives women in racing a bad name because Calderon is clearly nowhere near the level of the drivers on the grid.
I'm all for women in racing, but Calderon is shit.
Well, yeah, but she's not there on merit.
No.
We need women in Formula 2 and Formula 3 on merit, not on because they're able to pay.
Chadwick should be in an F3 seat next year. She said she'll leave W Series if she wins it. And she probably is.
Barring a hurricane landing on Japan and throwing her and only her in the air. They're not even racing in Japan, they're in Singapore. It's got a floodlight, lands on her, and for some reason they continue the race even though she's not got a car. She'll still probably win, but
she'll run it and win.
Yeah.
But yeah, round out the championship though, we know who's top.
Well, Felipe Drugovich has 233 points. By the way,
Really?
MP Motorsport, the Dutch team as well, so shout out them. Well done at their home race. Top the Constructors' Championships. Novalak has 36 points this year.
It's just stupid. It's just
Drugovich is 233. He could start his own team, and he'd only be 22 points behind ART. Might as well do that. See if he can win it by himself.
But what, this is my. I think maybe he might have. I think he's got to be contender for a seat in Formula 1 next year.
Yeah, but where? I've always said Haas would be a great destination, but I don't know now because I think Haas are looking at. They've got a lot of drivers linked to them.
Especially, even
Daniel Ricciardo's
had a very
option
good weekend this year.
Yeah, exactly. I think Drugovich will end up at Aston Martin. No, as a reserve.
I was going to say, you're not
He'll be a reserve driver as they look to replace Alonso in the next year or two, similar to Alpine.
They'll also probably pay him a lot.
Well, yeah. I mean, he'd be the test and reserve driver. Presumably, he would a similar role to what Piastri's playing. That kind of.
But not leave and cause a whole debacle.
Maybe then he'll join McLaren.
Yeah, wow. I know.
Well, if Lando Norris went to Red Bull, Drugovich and Piastri together at McLaren. We know Drugovich loves an orange car.
Yeah, he goes pretty brilliant.
Yeah, he does go pretty quick. Porsche, do you see him in Formula 1 at the start of next season?
No.
No?
No.
Do you not think...
I think if he won the championship this year, maybe, but I think no. He's shown too many errors,
But he's also been so unlucky.
Yeah, I know, I don't know.
Too many rounds this season,
Porsche.
Porsche.
I stick with Zhou Guanyu. I think Zhou Guanyu's better.
Ooh, that is a controversial take. People in the comments, Porsche or Zhou, who's better?
I think Zhou has obviously now had a year of F1 experience, and again, if Zhou hasn't got as unlucky as he has, then he'd had many more points.
Where do you think Porsche goes?
I genuinely don't know.
FE? Indy? What are we thinking?
I feel like
he said he's not a massive fan of Formula E.
We go IndyCar then, couldn't he?
Yeah, potentially.
Go him and I lot.
But he has done some testing. There was rumours he did testing, and then he said they're false. So
maybe he's just going to go to WEC or DTM. Well, that's a Liam Lawson thing.
He doesn't strike me as a WEC driver. He's very pacey. Doesn't seem like he doesn't want to do 24. It doesn't seem like he wants to do long stints.
I really don't know where Porsche.
I could see him being an Indy star. I think they'd love him in IndyCar.
Even Indy Lights.
Guys, we've got this French man today.
It's Théo Pocher.
Logan Sargent then, third in the championship, fighting with Rookie of the Year.
I think he needs one more year. I think next season's championship fight of
Sargent versus Dillon.
I think Iwasa could be up there.
Maybe.
I think Lawson should be up there. If he's not,
And in terms of seats, you'd imagine Drugovich has got to go, so MP have got a seat open.
Yeah.
Is there... Who would you have lined up there?
Who's an MP
Prema.
in Formula 3?
Prema, you imagine Jean de Ruvila won't be.
I think if I'm looking at Formula 3, the step up, there's people making steps up. Martins, Hadjar, Behrman.
I think they make sense. Martin straight into that ART team. Yeah. Takes that upgrade. Porsche out. He's already said he's not going to be there next season. Drugovich, the same. I don't know who replaced him in F.
I think Hadjar will replace Vips at high tech.
Maybe small yard, but that's not exactly
Stanek.
And I don't think Marcus Armstrong will be there. I think he'll become a full-time podcaster and DTM driver.
Yeah, I think he could DTM.
Something like that.
Was it New Zealand and DTM?
WEC or DTM, something like that.
I hope Liam Lawson was the champion. But Liam Lawson needs to win the championship next year for his career's sake.
Do you think he'll even be in Formula 2?
Where is he going to go?
Formula 1.
If
Pierre Gasly was to go to Alpine...
He's so happy.
The current rumour is, though, that AlphaTauri will bring in Colton Herta.
I hope not. Why'd they do that?
Which I think would kind of delegitimise the Red Bull Junior programme. I think they'd lose a couple juniors then. And I know they've got rid of people like, obviously, Vips and Jan de Ruvila.
But
is seemingly out of the question.
To go get Colton Herta, when in F2 they have got... Oh, look at the amount of drivers they've got. Lawson, Hauger, Iwasa,
and look at the seasons they've had. De Ruvila's stunk up the gaff in a Prema. Hauger's stunk up the gaff in a Prema.
Debut season.
Lawson's down in 5th. Yeah, but Hauger's...
Down in 5th?
Hauger's 12th. Yes, you need to be winning the championship if you're going to make it in Formula 1.
Yeah, but give him
You can't come fifth in F2 behind 2 rookies. One of which is your teammate. There's no excuses to lose to your rookie teammate.
Look at Logan Sargent.
Oh, he's American.
Yeah, he is. He is different gravy. I think also him.
Right.
I think he could win it next year and then get put in the Williams for 24.
Oh, who's taking the Williams then for 23?
Magnussen.
What? No.
Yeah.
He's on a multi-year contract with Haas. He's not going to tear that up to join Williams.
I don't know, but I don't think it's too. I hope they don't move Sargent up. It's too early. It's too early, and we know Williams will just boot him out after 1 year and bring back Nicholas Latifi.
They might give Latifi another season, which is a waste of
fair.
Sargent's time. No, not to be fair. Latifi's been crap for 3 years now. There's young drivers not getting opportunities.
Just put Sargent up. Put
Latifi's
Sargent and
out.
Lawson right up there now.
Exactly. You've got to move the drivers in as quickly as possible. So I want Alpine to put Doohan in the seat because I fear if they bring in Gasly and Ocon,
But
there's no opening
we'll see
for
what
Doohan
happens
there.
in the final 2 races. Obviously, Monza coming up.
Doohan could win both. Finish
Win
ahead of
championship,
Porsche.
and then Ocon.
He can't win the
it,
championship. But maybe they'll look at that. It'll be on that home straight.
yeah.
If he won every round, every race now, he could do amazingly. But yeah, other standouts: Fittipaldi well in 7th, but there's still 2 rounds left, so everything can move in the championship. But yeah, I'm excited for the last few rounds.
Very excited. I wonder who's going to win the championship.
Couldn't tell you.
Roy
No.
Nelson.
Yeah, maybe. Not even competing.
No, can't even.
That's how he wins it. Right. That is all for today. People, get involved in the comments down below. Who's winning the championship? Who should try for the weekend? And anything else you want to talk about? I know that we usually have a few people get involved down there giving their thoughts. It's brilliant to see and I want to hear from you guys. But yes, thank you all very much for watching and we'll see you next time.
See ya.